Welcome to another top pick based on originality, condition, and price. Our feature car is a 1978 MGB Roadster. You're going to like this little sports car. My name is Rob Lofaris. You're watching Rob's Top Car Picks. Let's check this car out. Found this car last night on Craigslist. It's located in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I spent a lot of time there last night looking at cars and found a bunch of them. This is a 78 MGB Roadster. It's got 29,000 original miles according to the seller, which I'm tending to believe, and it just looks to be a really nice buy, and he happens to sound like a real enthusiast with the car as well. So without any further delay, let's get right into the ad. One of the first things we can read is he gives a fantastic description on the car, which is always welcome, you know. So what he says here, it's an original 29,000 mile car. He's a third owner. And he says that the car runs and starts and drives perfectly. It's a beautiful metallic red paint with no dents, a few small chips, zero rust anywhere on the body, straight as a rock. So that's pretty good, right? So under the bonnet, they call that the bonnet in England. We call it the hood. He says the engine is clean as possible. It's got the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. The original carburetor has been replaced with a Weber carburetor and intake manifold, so that's a nice upgrade. Tuned exhaust header pipe sounds great, but it's not noisy. He's got a programmable electronic distributor, lots of new parts, everything. So the original spare tire and wheels with the original jack is in the trunk. A second set of aluminum wheels with Pirelli tires are also included with decent treads. All the lights and horn work as they should. Also, the heater and controls work as well. The door cards, seat covers are in great condition, and I believe it is too. So I find this car really attractive. And best of all, he's asking only $6,700 for it. And that's a really good price. Now, I know a lot of people like the Miatas and things like that, but this is a 1978 British car. They're very reliable once you dial them in. And when you have somebody like this that's done all the work by putting electronic ignition in, by changing the carburetor to a Weber carburetor setup, doing tuned exhaust, he's done a lot of the work that normally you'd have to do, and that would cost you more money. So let's look at the photos and see if we can just talk it through a bit. Beautiful alloy wheels from the factory, white wall tires I'm not a big fan on, but the paint looks to be original with the low miles. Now this year, I think it was this year, they added these rubber bumpers. They made them a little bigger. I don't know if it was this year or the prior year, but a lot of people don't like that look because they wanted they remember the chrome bumpers and all. But the car was also a little bit more modern as well, so it was better handling. The shocks were improved over time. So the car performed better as any car that goes late in its model year. They tend to get a little better. Now, these weren't fast cars at all. I mean, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, and that's about at the limits. But you're cruising on the highway at 65 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour with no problem. The car sits very well, actually sits a little high, which is nice. That looks like he probably has some performance shocks in there. He's got the tonneau cover there, which looks really nice and original. You can drive with it half open and half closed if you want to keep it half open, or you can drive the whole thing open. That was a very old-fashioned way of driving, so it does keep the water out, but not in a big storm, but for just motoring around. And it also protects the car in the sunlight, too, so if you park the car in the sun, we'll go to the beach or something like that. Yeah, there it is with the top halfway open. So in the old days, a lot of people just drove around like that. The car has no, airbags back then. It's very old school. Again, looking at the paint work on the car, I don't see any blistering or any type of rust, so I'm believing what he's saying about the car being rust-free. I don't believe those stripes are standard equipment, from the factory, but they're nicely applied, so they look nice. They're probably vinyl. And there it is with the top up. The top looks in really nice shape. It looks to be a quality top. Doesn't look like an inexpensive type top. I'm not sure, but look at the windows back there. So this top is newer. So those windows look clear, and that's nice to see. And you'll probably never drive it with the top up anyway. But yeah, look how nice that rear window is. I mean, it really looks nice. So, and he's got a Miata in the background there. So that's fun. Door panels look fantastic. Somebody put a stereo radio speaker in there, but that's what they did back in the days. The door jambs look original. I don't see any rust anywhere. This is where rust would always fill up. It looks like it was repainted based on the striker plate here, possibly repainted, but if it was done very well. On this side looks as nice as the other side. So yeah, everything looks very straight. Everything looks very proper. Um, doesn't look like there's any Mickey Mouse stuff going on. There's a couple cracks in the dashboard, which is typical. There is some flexing in this car. So between flexing in the car and also aging of the plastic with the sunlight, they do get dry. But there are replacement pads that you can buy. And it's not too difficult to take that top and the dash pad off and just change it. I like the big gauges in the front. The seats look really nice. That looks like that's new upholstery as well. So he's put some money into this car, way exceeded the selling price of $6,700. Yeah, the window looks nice. All the trim here, the aluminum trim bezel looks nice. A lot of times you get a little bit of rain coming through here, and especially in these corners when you drive with the top up. Yeah, no, a nice car. I've owned a few. I've enjoyed these cars a lot. Yeah, the footwell looks nice. The carpets look really good. Doesn't look like there's been any rain in the car. But I'm believing that the car was definitely repainted because I don't believe because you see the wire is painted red, so I don't believe this was a factory finish. So, but nicely done anyway. So nicely done. And there's the glove box. He's got the radio in there. Everything looks original. He's got driving gloves, so he's an enthusiast. He's got a 4-speed manual transmission. There's your gauges. The gauge shows 29,700 miles. It could be 129,000 miles, but I'm thinking I'm going to take this person's word. It is at idle right now. The RPMs is right there. It's idle up, and the oil pressure is showing. The temperature gauge is in the middle, so that's good. Nice photos. Yeah, the headrest here looks like it's a little, ripped up. So you can always get replacements for that. That wouldn't be terribly expensive. I would probably replace both of them so the color looks the same. Yeah, for $6,700, I think this is a real buy. And you notice on an MGB, they have 3 wipers because the windshield's so short, so in order to sweep the whole windshield, they needed 3 wipers there to do the job. But a nice car, really a nice gentleman's car to motor around in. That was probably the original paint, that red color that's here on the cowl. So that might have been the original paint, and then he painted it this more of a darker burgundy color. The interior, yeah, the engine bay looks really nice. He's got 2 electric fans. Back then, I don't believe electric fans were standard, so he did that. That's an upgrade that he did. There's the Weber carburetor setup. We can't really see the exhaust manifold. He says a tuned manifold. You can't see that. The brake master cylinder looks to be newer. So that's nice to see. I don't see any rust anywhere. It looks nicely presented. This photo is nice. Here's the header pipe. You can see the header pipe coming off here. It looks to be a little chrome too, so that's nice. Radiator looks great. Yeah, brakes look great. Everything looks for the money. I don't think you can go wrong, folks. It'd be hard to replicate a car like this. And there's the other wheels that he's including. Those must be the factory wheels that maybe came with the car too. But yeah, overall, I think it's a really nice car. I hope you feel the same. To get more information on this car, please go to our homepage. And in our homepage here, you can click on the link for Facebook, and that will take you right to our Facebook page. You can become a member on our Facebook page. We have 11,000 members there, and we post cars there all the time. And we show the best ones here on our YouTube channel. So please join us on the Facebook page just to have some conversation. So that wraps up this top pick. I like this 78 MGB convertible. Really nice. The GT is the fastback version, but I also love those cars. Every now and then I do find those as well. So please subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Please like the video as well and share with friends that love cars. We'll see you again real soon on another Rob's Top Pick. Again, thanks for your support, and have a good day. Bye.